follow. I'm really honored and excited to be able to talk about this trip. This was something that was really important to my grandmother, and I'm just honored that she asked me to do it. I'm not going to be able to read the entire thing, a single spaced 15 pages or so. I know that she would have liked that, but we want to get to the coffee hour, so I will read some selections that I picked out of this story. And I'm going to just read it because when I read it, hearing her or reading her words was really important to me. And so I think you really get a lot when you hear what she had to say about this trip, because it was the greatest trip of her life. So, Alaska trip, 1988. Alaska represents for many birders the ultimate birding experience. And so, on June 10th, 1988 began the birder's dream. An airport shuttle picks us up at 9 a.m. for the ride to Philadelphia Airport, and at 10:55, we left for Anchorage, Alaska via United Airlines. There was a brief change at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. We arrived in Anchorage at 4:15 p.m., 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. And were met by our two leaders, Brett Whitney and David Stegall. Some of the other participants arrived on the same plane, and the leaders gathered all the luggage and whisked us out to the Voyager Hotel. After checking into the luxurious rooms, the group assembled almost immediately for a short birding trip in the Anchorage residential area. Here we had close looks at white-winged crossbills, red poles, kinglets, black poles, etc. But more interestingly, all singing, which we usually do not hear back home. Along a local pond, lots of new gulls brought us our first live bird. June 25th. We birded after dinner until 10:20 p.m. Wonderful daylight. A beautiful yellow-billed loon flew right in front of us while standing on the steps to the hotel. Snow buntings everywhere, including one nesting in a birdhouse attached to a house. Quite a few snowy owls, Pacific loons, Pomeranian Jaegers. June 26th. Walked on the tundra several miles, sloshed through snow and ice water. Our high boots put to good use. Wonderful looks at spectacled eiders, Steller's eiders, king eiders, Sabine's gulls, Pomeranian Jaegers, and red phalaropes nesting all over the tundra. I walked past one and stopped to look at it no more than 3 feet away. It just sat there, and I think I was more surprised than the phalarope. Big lifer in Barrow. Slaty-backed gull in beautiful plumage. Only the 5th record there. Also saw 8 great white-fronted geese at close range. At midnight, finally wrote a few postcards. Bed at 1:15 a.m. So you can definitely tell she really got quite a bit out of this trip. Birding until 11 o'clock at night, and then taking time to write postcards to the grandkids before going to bed at 1 a.m. Like Evan said, this was a huge trip for her. The birder's dream, 180 trip species and 40 life birds in one trip. 2.5 weeks in Alaska. We'll have this downstairs. She chronicles the trips through Fairbanks and Anchorage, up to Nome, to Barrow, spending time with Eskimos, guided all over the tundra. It's really, really pretty impressive. When you read this, it's so easy to feel the excitement in her voice. She's so detailed. I think somebody had said earlier, she's so detailed and so organized. Her passion for all of the birds that she saw, the flowers, the food that she had in Alaska on this trip was just amazing. It's really a treat to be able to have this and read her words. She was an amazingly strong, intelligent, poised, and passionate woman. Growing up, I mentioned the postcards. Growing up, I remember being so excited to get these postcards from grandmother. And you know, it really meant a lot to me reading this that she stayed up after midnight to write those postcards to send them to her grandkids. You know, so whether in Rochester, New York, or in Miles City, Montana, we could get these postcards from her in Alaska, which was a foreign land to us at that time, and be able to read about all of her travels. I loved getting those postcards and reading about her travels and the birds that she saw, which I had no idea what they were. So I would go get the bird book and look up the birds so that I knew what she was talking about when I got to read these postcards. I really looked up to her then and wanted to be like her. She was smart, beautiful, passionate about her family, her grandkids, birding, Walnut Ridge. In reflecting on everything that she's done, you know, her lifetime achievements, and things that she was so very proud of, this trip, her lifetime bird achievements, and what she still means to me, you know, I hope that someday I can be a fraction of the strong, amazing woman that she was and what she achieved.